Hey everybody, it's Boo Ray Perry from Tampa, Florida, and today we are going to talk about bags. One of my favorite things to talk about when it comes to photography is bags. I know that seems a little weird, but I could call this channel Things That Hold Other Things, and that would be pretty much a great channel for me because I just love organization. I love bags, I love jackets, I love anything, backpacks, little cubes. I love anything that holds things and organizes them. Just the way my brain works. I get a particular joy out of it. And for years here on the channel, I have been saying that there is one bag that is the best bag for everyday carry and for travel, pretty much for me, because I've looked at a lot of them and tried a lot of them. That bag has always been the Mirrorless Mover 30i from Think Tank. I have used a couple of these bags. I have loved them. So I decided I would, as I always do, go out and look at some other bags and see if maybe I could find something that I liked better to replace it. This is particularly important this time around, and the reason is that the Mirrorless Mover series has been changed by Think Tank in a way that I think is extremely detrimental to the bag. This is something I've talked about many times. The thing that makes this bag great, the thing that I've always loved so much about this bag, is that when it is on your hip, the flap opens away from your body. So it sticks out and you can get into all your stuff and then you can just flap it closed, right? Well, they've stopped doing that. Now, instead of the zipper coming around the back, the zipper comes around the front just like any other bag. So when you open up the flap, it's going to open towards your body and you're going to have to hold the flap out of the way while you get your stuff. I don't know why they made this change in the bag, but they did. I'm pretty sure they made the change. I look at the bag online on Amazon. It looks like it's been changed. Someone told me it's been changed. I can't even find the 30i mirrorless on Think Tank website anymore. So if I'm wrong about that and they haven't actually changed this bag, please let me know because I love Think Tank and I love this bag and I don't want to say something bad about it if it's not true. I'm definitely afraid of saying that this bag is permanently changed when it's not. So if it is not permanently changed, I apologize. But even if it wasn't permanently changed, I would want to go look at other bags. Why? Because I love looking at bags. That's why. So, I've been looking at some bags, clicking around, checking out different things. And I just recently did a video on the channel about a PGYTECH, their rope bag, which I thought was a unique design and interesting, and I thought pretty good for like an everyday carry. But what I was really more interested in was something that was a little bit bigger and could hold a little bit more gear like my 30i can. It can hold my Fuji X100 series, when I hold a water bottle, some other things. I carry it this is the bag I use anytime I travel. I absolutely take this bag. This is my carry-on bag. I mean, I carry on in the overhead and then this is the one that goes under my seat. So I'm looking for something to replace that. So PGYTECH has been coming out with some great stuff recently. I've done several videos on the channel. I've loved it. My straps are now PGYTECH straps. I've converted those straps. So I was like, let's see what PGYTECH has to offer. And lo and behold, they've got some good offers. They've got some good stuff. And I contacted them and I said, would you please send me your 6-liter PGYTECH version 2 6-liter OneGo Sling bag. They make this in a 4-liter and they make this in a 10-liter. And I thought, let's try the 6-liter. The 4-liter might be good for just, grabbing a bag to throw your X100 in and bopping out to do some shots. That's fine. But I want something that I could replace my mirrorless mover with. Something that I would carry with me on a plane that I would put underneath the front seat. And this is what they sent me. So this is what we're going to talk about today. And I want to take a good look at this bag, all the features, the things that I think could be better, the things that I love, and then when it's all said and done, hopefully you'll get a good idea whether or not this is a bag that will work for you. All right, let's take a look at this bag. Before we get into the new bag from PGYTECH, let's take a look at what I pack in my old bag. So whenever I go on a plane and I'm going to travel, this is the way I pack my bag. I am going to have my my headphones. If you're not traveling with a set of noise-canceling headphones, it is a world of difference. You absolutely should. I'm going to have my water bottle, and I'm going to have my camera. And I'm purposely testing this out with my thumb grip, my big lens hood, all of this stuff. I want all this, anything I might want to have on my camera. So this is basically what goes in this bag. And then I might throw a couple little things on top. And then in this slot here, which will hold a little tablet, I usually just have my maybe my passport if I need it, or anything else I might want to, I just put in there. And then in the front here, in this bag, is where I would put, you know, like a miniature little tabletop tripod, for example. There's a rain hood in here for the bag. I might carry some things to clean lenses, stuff like that. I also usually have one strapped to the strap. Where's my strap? Here it is. I usually have one strapped to the actual bag to clean my lenses here. And then the strap on this bag I've actually replaced. This is my Peak Design strap, and I replaced it with my Peak Design strap years ago. The strap was not that impressive. And the Peak Design strap, by using this, it fixes it so that I can take this strap off and use it as a strap for the camera. If I want to take the camera out without the bag, I can use this as my camera strap, and that way I don't have to pack a camera strap. So this is the way that I carry my mirrorless Mover 30i. So let's take a look at the PGYTECH. As I said, this comes in 4 liters, 6 liters, and 10 liters. This is a 65 kilogram bag. It has a 6-liter total volume. It's designed to hold approximately 1 camera body and 2 lenses, and these are full-size cameras and lenses. Now, I don't use it for that very often. I usually use it just for my X100, but if you're somebody who's looking for something to carry bigger cameras, this is designed to do it. It is made from high-performance, splash-resistant, PU-coated polyester fabric. Ooh, don't know what any of that means, but it's nice. And I love the feel of this bag, and the look of this bag. One of the things that drew me to this bag is how completely streamlined and sleek it is. I tend to like bags that are one end of the spectrum or another. I either want to look smooth, I want to look like something James Bond would carry, or I want to look like a mess. I want to look like something that Indiana Jones would carry. So this is the James Bond version of a camera bod. It comes with YKK zippers, always nice, high durable YKK zippers. It has anti-theft zipper loops on it. Now this is something that you're going to find a lot when I talk about this bag, is the little things that PGYTECH is doing with a lot of their products, just the little add-ons that really just make them a little bit extra special. So you see this little loop right here? This little loop is so that you can just take the zipper and thread it through like this, and then close it. And you can do the same thing with this one. You can thread it through. And as a result, it makes it much harder for someone to just quickly unzip your bag, like a pickpocket. If you're going someplace where that's a danger, this is a nice little feature to have. I think that it's a great little feature, and I think that it can't possibly be that expensive for them. And now I can't get it. You know, you got to talk. There it is. It can't possibly be that expensive to do. And more bag manufacturers should make it, and there's one on both sides of the bag, right? That's cool. It has bottom straps. Hello, bottom straps. Everybody should have bottom straps. Now, where are the bottom straps for this bag? I've got them sitting somewhere. Ha, here they are. So here's the bottom straps that come with the bag, and you put these straps on the bottom, and then you can put a tripod in here, you can put a water bottle in here, you can put a jacket in here, just by putting these straps on the bottom of the bag. Now, here's what I want you to do in the comments. Please go in the comments and tell me how to hook this strap to this bag, because I cannot figure it out. I went to the website, I looked online, I used AI, I couldn't find any place where it would tell me how this gets attached to this bag, and I couldn't figure it out myself either, and I'm a pretty smart guy, but I just couldn't figure it out. I know it works, I've seen pictures of it, I've seen other people review the bag, I know it works, but I don't know how to get these onto the bag, but we know it works. Alright, so that's good. It also has a hidden foldable side pocket for a water bottle or a compact umbrella. What? What are you talking about? Here we go. And this is a great, great feature. Right here on the side. See this? Pull this out, and you have got a little side pocket. And in this little side pocket, you can put a water bottle or a little umbrella or anything else like that that you want. I love this because it gives you an extra amount of space, quite a bit of space, really, when you think about it. A whole water bottle, sure. It gives you an extra amount of space, but it doesn't have that space taking up space if you don't need it. So if you need to put something extra in here, but you want to carry your water bottle, you can shift your water bottle out here and then have one more slot inside the bag. This is a wonderful feature. I got to tell you, like, as a guy who really loves gadgets and things that hold other things, PGYTECH really is just knocking it out of the park with their products, the way they're just adding little things that I really, really like. It's got a front zippered pocket right here for quick, easy access. Not that big, kind of small, but it's the perfect size. You can put your wallet, your keys, your passport. That'll all fit in there, your phone. That's really what that's going to be good. Nice, good, durable YKK zipper. Now, what's bad about this? First of all, there's no back pocket, right? There's no back pocket here. And a lot of people really like to have this back pocket. They feel it's very secure. It's up against your body. You can put your stuff in there, like your passport, your wallet, close it up, and it's really safe there. There's no back pocket. Would like to see that. And also, it will sit upright, but it is top heavy if it's full, because you see how it makes like a pyramid shape. So I've noticed if it's full and you set it down, it might fall over either way. So it's not super sturdy for sitting upright all the time, which is not a problem that I had with my old bag. It was a big square and it's set. But in an attempt to make it more ergonomic and look better on your body, that's what you end up with. You can have one, you can have the other. You can't have a big square that sits nice and easy and flat and then also have it look more contoured to your hip when you're carrying it. That's just the way it goes. So I'm okay. I can live with that. Let's talk about the straps. How do we carry this thing? The strap is great, thick, nice, padded EVA shoulder strap for comfortable carrying. It's got a quick adjust buckle right here that you can just pull to tighten or pull to untighten. Works just fine. It has rotating straps here, so they rotate, moves around for you, no problem. You can take this strap off and shift it. If you're left-handed, you want to do a left-hand carry, you can take it off and shift it, but you can't do it easily. That's the thing. That's kind of a little bit of a drawback for me. If you want to switch this, then you've got to take it apart here, completely apart, and then put it back together. You can't do it quickly and easily. And you also can't unhook it if you decide that you want to try and carry it as a hip bag. If you want to carry it as a fanny pack, you can't just unhook it and put it on your waist and then hook it back. It's not designed for that. This is a shoulder bag. It's going to be a shoulder bag no matter what you do. It also has this great carry handle. I really like this carry handle. Again, it's unobtrusive. It's nice and sleek. You don't really notice it on the bag. When you grab it and you pick up the bag, it doesn't affect the lid because there is no lid. It's a zippered compartment. So like on a lot of bags, like for example on the Think Tank bag, there is a lid and the handle is on the lid. So if the lid's not closed, your handle goes crazy. This one doesn't have that. You can pick this up when it's open and it's not a problem. I like that. Now this will fit over your luggage, your rolling luggage handle, but it's snug. It is absolutely snug. I tested it on 2 suitcases here in the house. It fit over both of them. You don't just throw it on, throw it off. You got to kind of, maneuver it a little bit to get it on. That's fine. It did not fit over the rolling handle on my big suitcase. It literally is a suitcase. It's designed for holding suits, and the handle's about that wide, and it won't fit over that one. But the other large suitcase that I have and my carry-on, it does fit. So at least it does that. That would have been a big drawback for me if this didn't fit over the rolling handle on my bag. So that's the outside of the bag. Let's talk about the inside. This bag has a clamshell open. Opens nice and wide. Open design, which I like. It's got a dedicated tablet sleeve right back here. This will hold an 11-inch iPad Pro. The interior is completely customizable. It comes with 2 hook and loop dividers that you can take out and put wherever you want, and they are the kind that have the little flop down like that, so you can put 2 lenses in here. You can put one thing on top of another, which is nice. And it's got what they call smart organization. Okay, so it's got a lot of interior pockets. You can't even hardly notice them until you get over here and start looking for them. Here they are. So here's the interior pockets. And over here, you are going to find, right here, this pocket, which is, they say is good for power cords and stuff like that. And it's magnetized, which I love. See, this is a magnet, not Velcro. A lot of times it's Velcro. No, it's a magnet. Just throw it over there, bam, and it sticks. So there you go. Magnetized pocket here. And then in here, by the way, this is a pen holder. or a digital stylus for your pad. Now in here, I really like this. What have we got here? What have we got here? These are for holding your batteries. And these, so cool. These are magnetized, and it's so that you can mark which battery is good and which battery is bad. So you put this on your good batteries, and you put that on your bad batteries. So when you put a battery back in, it's dead, and you put it in there, you just flip it around and hit it with the red, and there you go. Now you know that that battery is the bad one, and this one is the good one. Do you need this? I don't know if you need it, but it's cool. You know, it's just a nice little feature. I like it. And if you need a coin to tighten a tripod mount or something along those lines, bingo, there's your little coin right there. So that is very, very cool. It's got 4 of these and a little pocket here to put whatever you want to put in it here. And then right here, 2 more stretchy pockets right here, which I would probably use for something like a power bank, something along those lines. It also has a hidden, dedicated pocket for an Apple AirTag. This pocket is so well hidden that it took me about 5 minutes to find it. If I'm correct, it is over here. Yeah, it's down in this. I can't even hardly show it to you. Wait, or is it over here? See, I've forgotten where it is now. That's how well hidden this pocket is. But down, yeah, it's down in here. Down deep in here, there is a little tiny pocket where you can put an Apple AirTag. So that if something happens to your bag, you can track it. I can't find the pocket. I have a hard time finding the pocket to put the AirTag in, so anyone who steals your bag is going to have a really hard time finding that pocket if they're looking for it. So I think that's great that it's hard to find, but it's in here, trust me. I found it. I absolutely know that it's in here. So those are the features of this bag. Let's pack it out. All right, so let's put the same stuff in it that we had in my travel bag. All right, there we go. No problem. This will close up. So we get the same stuff in this bag that we got in my other bag. But I think we got a little bit more room here to put stuff if we want to do it. We've got so many, the separate battery compartment. And the thing is, they've got to have more stuff here because they don't have the big outside pocket. So what's funny is this bag looks bigger than my old bag, but I really don't think it holds much more than my old bag. But it is more organized. Now, one of the things I do like about it, or, well, let me say this, one of the things I don't like. These flaps, these are great if you're double stacking stuff. But if you're not, I'm not a big fan because they never really fold flush. But I mean, you can't have everything that you want, right? But let's say we want to put something bigger in here. Let's grab this out. And let's go with my camera. Will that fit in there? Nope. Let's go ahead and take this whole thing out. These are very easy to put in, by the way. These are very stiff and very rugged. They're not much more so than a lot of bag dividers that you get. So let's go with my Fuji X-H2 with a cage on it and a 16 to 55 millimeter lens. All right, that's no problem at all. What about this? What about the 50 to 140? Yes. Can we close it? Yes, we can. I don't think I could get this in my old bag. And this is together, so I can just grab this and shoot, right? And I don't have the divider in here, but I could get the divider in here. If you were to break this apart, put the lens standing upside down, upright the same way this one is, and put this in, you'd actually have a little bit more room in here. And what about my water bottle? No problem, because we got the little thing on the side. So I can take the water bottle and hang it here if I was going out to actually do a shoot. My point being that this is a bag that I can see myself actually using professionally and not just for travel. Not too long ago I had a session where I just had to go do a headshot using natural light outside with a client. I didn't want to roll my whole bag. I didn't want to wear all my hip stuff that I normally wear on my belt. So I just used a bag. This bag would have been great for that. I would have been able to put both my lenses in there and my camera and go. So it would have absolutely worked out nice. Be sure and click the link in the description to go to my website, where you will find 2 completely free ebooks that you can download, as well as my ebook on natural light photography and my video on how to shoot portraits on location with off-camera light. And don't forget to check out all my gear, which is on Amazon.com, and if you click a link and you buy something, I get a small commission, and it's a great way to support the channel. So that's it. That is the PGYTECH Version 2 6-liter OneGo Sling bag. The names are getting longer and longer on these bags. What's the verdict on this bag? Well, I'll tell you what the verdict is. The verdict is that this is my new travel bag. Yeah. I love you, Think Tank. I love you, and I love the mirrorless 30i, but that flap thing bothers me. The fact that I'm going to have the outgoing flap, I've just never been a fan of it, has made me think that because no one makes those, I'm sorry, with the incoming flap, no one makes the outgoing flap, they always make the incoming flap, that what I need to do is go to a bag that's just a zipper. And that way I won't have that thing I have to deal with. And so that's got me looking at the zipper bags, and man, it's a great bag. It looks good, it feels good. You take this, you put it on a piece of black luggage, you walk through an airport, you look like you got your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? You know, whereas my old bag's got a bungee cord wrapped around it to hold it to the handle. You know, stuff on the outside that you can see. This bag, you know, you look smooth, man. You're styling. You're James Bond with the PGYTECH bag. So yeah, that's my endorsement. That is a good bag, and I'll have links down in the description to this bag and anything else I can think of that I've talked about that needs to be down in the description. Don't forget to follow me. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Threads. I post on Threads a lot. If you have an Instagram account, you're already on Threads. So join Threads and follow me there. You'll follow me automatically if you're following me on Instagram. Also, you can join my group on Facebook called Pro Photo Talk with Boo Ray Perry. Nice little community there. Throw me a like. Throw me a subscribe, and be sure and click the notification icon so that you get notifications when I have a new video. And thanks for watching.